Dear students, today I am going to teach you a very important lesson, Islam. In this topic, I'll teach you how Islam came to existence, who is the founder of Islam, and how Islam is spread far and wide, and what are the main principles of Islam along with five pillars. Each and everything I'll teach. So first video today published I'll publish. Okay, so this is first part. So first one, Islam is one of the major religious religion of the world today, practiced by over 1.6 billion. Very popular religion it is. Islam took birth in Arabia in the beginning of 7th century. The Arabian Peninsula lies between Red Sea and Persian Gulf. One Red Sea, I think you know, and Persian Gulf. In between this one region is there, geographical area is there. That area is known as Arabian Peninsula. Peninsula, what will be there means surrounded by water body by three sides. Okay. Along the coast of Red Sea, there are a fertile stretches of land. Trade carried on large scale, and two very important cities were there in coastal area, not in mid one area. I'm talking coastal area, Makkah and Medina, and both cities were urban cities, and trade and commerce flourished because of very nearest in coastal area. I think you know importance of coastal area. Arabia is bordered by three seas and the continent named Mesopotamia, Iraq, Syria and Palestine. Means it was surrounded by, okay, Iraq, Syria and Palestine. Arabia was inhabited by the warring tribes. Warring tribes meaning is there, okay, that type of tribals group, they are fighting each other, and that fight will be continuous, not stopping. These people were superstitious, meaning they had orthodox beliefs and believe in many god and goddess. They worshipped black stone kept in the shrine of Kaaba in the town of Makkah. Means statue worshipping was there, and shrine of Kaaba was very holy and they used to worship. So this was the condition. Nomadic society was there, and only two cities were very much flourished, Makkah and Medina, just I have taught. And now going to teach you a very renowned personality, Prophet Muhammad Sahib. He was born in Makkah around 570 AD in a merchant family. I have taught you Makkah and Medina. Basically, both cities were there, and in those cities, traders were living. So he belongs to a merchant family named Qurayshi. If you go to in our city, so some shops are there, they will, and their signboard will be there ki Qurayshi shop. So Qurayshi shop means they are telling that we belongs to that same family clan of Prophet Muhammad Sahab. It is said that in very early age, before his birth, his father passed away, and when he was in he was at 6 years old. It means in childhood also, his mother also passed away. So his uncle taken care, and he married a widow named Khadija, and spent several years managing her business affairs. Means he belongs to rich family, and he got married with that lady, and finally he was taking care about the business of Khadija. In the course of time, what happened? When he completed 40 years, after that, drastic change came to existence. Means from traders to uh, he became very very spiritual one. Means believing in meditation and involved in spirituality, and some his some this type of characters coming in his personality. One more point I would like to mention here. In the course of his work, he went on the trading journeys, thus coming into the contract with the variety of the people and customs. And when he came to contract with that people, so his behavior, his gentleness, his benevolent personality and liberalism, by that nature, he became very popular, and he won the affection of the citizen of the Makkah, and by common consent he received one title, Alamin. Alamin means Arabian word I am talking. Alamin means a faithful one. Now, around 610, he completed near about 14 years age, just I have taught you. After that, drastic change taken place in his personality. One day, he was sitting and started meditation, and it is said that he got some message. He realized one, and that message of Allah. Allah is a Arabic word, means God, and that God is a creator, is a protector, preserver, each and everything. So Allah means God. It is said that at the age of 40 he received a divine message through an angel Gabriel. The message were believed to be the message of God, and later compiled in Quran. Means some other books are there. It has been given that one messenger came, and messenger given message to Pagambar Muhammad Sahab, and the God's message means God's statement compiled in Quran. So Quran is a holy book, I have taught you. For Hinduism, Vedas are very holy. Ramayana, Mahabharata very holy. In Christianity, Bible is very holy book, sacred book. Likewise, in Islam, this book Quran is very holy book. Quran is known as the statement of God, holy statement of God. That's why Quran is very very holy book. Now, some more words are there I would like to mention you. Allah is viewed as a sole God, creator, sustainer, and preserver of the world. Prophet, what do you mean by the term prophet? The prophet is a messenger, means the message of God is spread by a prophet. So he is not only single prophet. There are many prophets came to existence, and Pagambar Muhammad Sahab is last one. Again going to teach you. Means God sent many messengers. Muhammad Sahab was one, but he was last one. And I would like to mention some names who are also known as prophet, like Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, Suleiman, and Jesus Christ, who spread Christianity, and last one, Muhammad Sahab, Paigambar Muhammad Sahab. Now, some more keywords are there. I would like to explain this one. Muslim. Who are Muslim? People who give themselves to God, they are known as Muslim. And they will worship only one Allah. Means they will worship one God. So 2 points. Who are Muslims? First point. People who give people who give themselves to God, Allah, they are Muslims. And Muslims worshipped only one God. Means idol worship will be not there, statue worshipping will be not there. Okay, no orthodox system, no caste system. Okay, only one God. And Islam believes in equality. Means there is no any discrimination. Okay, in Islam, all people are all equally. Now, Islam means submission to the will of God. So dear students, so only today this much, and next day remaining part I'll teach you. Thank you.